To win victory, the corpse god unleashes an unexpected weapon, the power of reincarnation magic. In a world where magic is an integral part of life, a legendary hero fearlessly runs through a group of soldiers, trembling before him. In the depths of a dungeon, a series of magic circles materialized weapons that are hurled at the soldiers, reducing them to nothing in seconds. When he receives news of the hero's arrival, the captain orders his troops to retreat, knowing they have no chance against the demon. The hero is the secret weapon of the church, and he has avoided death on many occasions. The hero continues on his way, determined to confront the creature hiding in the fog-filled chamber. A legendary hero, Shagrua, renowned for his ability to annihilate calamitous level monsters, is preparing to face the necromancer corpse god. When the corpse god unleashes a black lightning bolt at him, Shagrua easily deflects it. His support team is in bewilderment because they have never witnessed such power. The outside world is afraid that the demon will continue to summon the dead, threatening the balance of the world. The hero uses magic to increase his speed and launches himself toward the god. The two engage in a battle with the hero, seemingly at a disadvantage because the demon god can regenerate quickly using the same magic as before. The god throws swords at the hero, but the hero easily avoids them. On a level playing field, the god gathers the souls of the dead into a huge ball and draws it toward him, causing the soldiers to lose the will to fight the soul's descend as if to offer nourishment to the god. Further complicating the hero's already difficult task, the god unites the bones and through a magic circle, he summons a death dragon. However, the hero is prepared for this and uses his huge magic sword to cut it in half. The support group is aware that the legendary hero must emerge victorious, otherwise zombies will devour the world despite uncertainty about the hero's chances. One girl remains confident about his success. She is firmly convinced that he cannot fail, just when the hero seems to have the upper hand. The god uses his necromancer magic to gather a horde of skeletons to face. However, the girl's will believes in the hero. She knows that the hero will not die. And suddenly the hero's eyes change color when he remembers his past. For every village destroyed, and for every person who lost his life in his name, the slain souls curse the hero. The evil eye is a power that allows those who wield it to see the souls or shadows of the deceased. The evil god also possesses this ability. Most of those who possess the evil take refuge in the church for life, or they dabble in shadow manipulation and become necromancers like the corpse god. The hero uses fire magic, but it proves ineffective against the horde of skeletons, forcing him to switch to close combat. But there are too many skeletons. He decides to use his magic to jump up and unleashes a huge fireball toward the ceiling, burying the god and the skeletons beneath it. The hero hits the god, revealing his true form, namely a jar with a brain inside. And he derives pleasure from wailing from the suffering of the souls he has killed. The hero understands this, but he knows he is not like the corpse god. As people continue to kill each other, the evil god takes on the role of a reaper, piling up piles of corpses. Suddenly, the god conjures a series of seals that confuse the hero because he doesn't recognize the spell that god is ready to end their battle. In response, the hero gathers his full strength and he receives additional support. Enhancements. He leaps toward the god, piercing his spell, breaking through it, and creating a huge explosion that clears the sky. The hero's mind suddenly becomes cloudy, and he struggles to remember the events of the battle. It turns out that in their final confrontation, the evil god used reincarnation magic. The hero tries to get his bearings, feeling disoriented and weak. The wound on his body increases, his discomfort and his difficulty in communicating. His surroundings are completely unfamiliar to him. Gradually, he manages to get up and follow the light source. The boy enters a bustling street full of unfamiliar buildings and people. This new world leaves him stunned and observing everything. Suddenly, a drone sees him and its operator, a hitman. He is amazed to see the boy alive. The hitman immediately informs his team that the mission has failed. Even though he had earlier confirmed the boy's death, the hitman is puzzled as to how the boy can move normally. Despite having his throat slit, the architecture and writing of this place are completely foreign to the boy. Seeing a giant television set, he detects no sign of magic and wonders where it could be. Looking at the bustling city, the boy is fascinated by the sight of people living their lives in peace and happiness. So he concludes that this must be a land without conflict and war. But when he remembers his world, he cannot help but worry about his future. In its absence, when police officers approach him, Polka feels confused and disoriented. At first, he struggles to understand their language, but soon he begins to piece together what they are saying, drawing on linguistic information stored in the brain of his new body. He manages to communicate that he is fine and introduces himself as Polka, noticing blood on her clothes. The officers become concerned just then. A girl suddenly jumps on the agent's head, overjoyed to see him alive. She grabs his hand and she pulls him away from the bewildered agents. Polka has no choice but to follow her, feeling overwhelmed by the strangeness of this new world. They run through the alley, and when they stop, the girl asks Polka if he remembers her introducing herself as Masaki, as Polka's memories slowly return. He recognizes Maki's smiling face from his past. Suddenly, the girl lifts him up. She shakes him and throws him into the air, confirming that he's warm and alive. Polka thanks her, but before he can finish, the strange girl pulls out a bloody crowbar, revealing that she is his murderer. Masaki is bewildered. That Polka is still alive after she drove the crowbar into his neck. When Polka recalls the memories, he realizes that Masaki is indeed his murderer and escapes as he watches events unfold. The hitman wonders why someone would order a boy only 16 years old to be killed. However, the hitman knows that a job is a job, and that this time the boy had better stay dead. Otherwise, he will not receive his payment. Escape requires all of Polka's strength. He struggles to sense the magical elements in the air, or communicate with spirits. The body he inhabits has little or no magic, making him unable to even heal his superficial wound. However, he knows that a mortal wound could cause his perpetual death. Masaki tracks him down, and Polka tries to escape from her. The girl compliments his agility, and she even seems to enjoy chasing and threatening him. But he is limited by the capabilities of his weak body. Polka remembers this peaceful world, but Maki's dagger strikes a blow that stops him. Polka refuses to succumb so easily. Masaki is impressed by his resistance, and for the first time, she feels intimidated. She may fall in love with him. Polka cautiously enters a dimly lit room, uncertain of his purpose. Masaki reveals to him that it was once a notorious execution site for Yakuza and one of her favorite places. According to local lore, the area is haunted by ghosts and gangsters, discouraging most people from approaching. When Polka comes down, he confirms that he can see them even with this body, because the evil eye is a power of a soul, not just the eyes. Masaki is baffled by his words, but Polka advises her to value life more. Drawing energy from the surrounding souls, Polka creates a huge sea. As Masaki attacks him, Polka summons a giant hand that kills the mad girl. Instantly, the hitman watches the entire spectacle through his drone. In his old world, the legendary hero stands up as the brain in the jar that is the brain of the corpse God has finally destroyed. He is certain that the god spell, moments before his demise, was a teleportation spell. Although he was able to see the god's soul, it vanished too quickly for him to be sure that he had succeeded in killing the necromancer god. The girl informs him that the church has sent a report and that all traces of the god's soul have disappeared. With this, the hero can be sure that he has saved the world. Polka regains his memories, and he finally realizes that he is not the reincarnated hero, but in fact, Polka is the evil god. He expresses his gratitude toward Masaki for leading him to a place full of magical power where he can finally obtain the power he desires. He plans to become the true Reaper in this new world. He wants to keep fighting with his assassin until he realizes that she is dead and is not pretending to be asleep. This is the first part of this new scary anime.
If you want the second episode,
if you want more
please
video,
leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Comment
Thank you for
and
watching.
subscribe. Thank you for watching.